All right, Wolfpack Nation, we got this one started, baby, with a huge win over UNC, baby. 5-4 overtime win. Got my man here, Coach Healy, head coach of the IcePack. First of all, Coach, heck of a game. I mean, it definitely, like, the start of the game just seemed like a lot of mental errors, a lot of bad turnovers, but then that last 5 minutes, once we tied that game, it seemed like it was all IcePack.
And I even think the third period, too, that was a weird stretch on the power play goal and the shorthanded, but I mean, at one point, shots were 20-10, and we got that back to, I think, 30-29. So, overall, I think we kept going and kept finding a way. And then, I thought we just did an awesome job of controlling the overtime, too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, and speaking of the overtime, I mean, I got to give you props because the coaching definitely stood out in that overtime. It seemed like you guys were trained very well, but while with UNC, it seemed like they were really trying to force the puck on net, not really trying to possess that puck.
I'm just blessed with a lot of good players that have played a lot of high-level hockey, and we do practice it for sure. And it's just giving them the opportunity to practice it and execute it. We did actually make one critical mistake right before the goal, and oddly enough, it was the only mistake we really made in our coverage. But effort and compete, and Nick Shook, his effort and compete is just so high. Was able to overcome that, and there were 3 freshmen on the ice for that too. 2 of our 4 shifts had 3 freshmen out there, so it's a great feeling too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that locker room was probably pretty darn lit. I'm sure, especially it hasn't been necessarily the best start to the season. So I mean, this could be kind of a momentum change.
I think it's going to be. We just,
Yeah.
this is in some ways our most challenging stretch of games. Really, even going into next weekend. So hopefully that can build off of that. I think a rivalry win goes a long way, especially like that, right? Coming from, we're tied. I think Pack TV said we led a grand total of 32 seconds in that game.
Wow.
But the final second lead is the only one that matters.
Mm-hmm. And so, kind of tell me in terms of like what are going to be your main focuses of improvement heading into next weekend?
That's a good team. I thought we just had a couple lapses here and there. When we were dialed in, like the third period, for example, for 20 minutes, we're dialed in. And we're still finding out who we are as a team. I think we're a team that, has to play with energy all the time. Energy on the bench, never sit back and keep going from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, lastly, talking about the youth of this team for sure, what would you say was the most impressive part of that game in your eyes?
I think actually when you really look at it and you look at the shots, I thought our guys were able to just keep going, right? They were able to just keep going. They took some gut punches, right? And Mike Tyson, growing up in by the Catskills, everyone's got a game plan until you get punched in the face, right? And we got punched in the face a few times. And what are you going to do when that happens, right? You got to keep going forward, and that's what we did tonight.
Yeah. And the last question, I know that coming into this game, I was chatting with you a little bit about Carolina hockey coming a little bit with a little bit of momentum drive, calling us UNC, Raleigh, and all that jazz. I mean, I do love it because, again, I love a great rivalry for sure. But, I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's been pretty much all IcePack for the last few years. For
yeah,
sure.
I mean, I think that pushes us since 2008 to 29-8-4 or 8-2, 29-8-2. But it is healthier when there is competition, right? So I think just for hockey, whether you're from that school up the road or you're down at UNC Raleigh, no matter who, I think we all want to see hockey grow up in Toronto, right? And we're pretty much at a sellout tonight, right? I'm going to assume the Kings sold out. So within 6 miles, you have 2 sold out venues of hockey. And that's really what we want to see above anything else. And I think a healthy UNC state rivalry keeps pushing that game going forward.
Exactly. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, Wolfpack Nation, for everybody who tuned in here. It was an absolutely phenomenal environment, a huge win for the IcePack. And we'll see y'all hopefully at another IcePack game here.
Well, let's beat those Tigers tomorrow, right?
Let's beat those Tigers, baby. Go Pack, y'all.
Textile Bowl champs. Let's get it. All right. Thank you, guys.
Get out here, man.
Thank you.